Good morning, everybody. Here we are at our campsite. We had a pretty late night. Did get into about 9 o'clock. There's Eric over there. Here's our little site. Check everything out. It's actually a really beautiful campsite. There's a big rock feature behind us. It's not all trashed out as some of the other sites. So we drove on like 2 different roads, and then we got back onto the Forest Service road. I can't remember do you remember the name of this road? And then we passed Valley Springs cabins, and Valley Springs cabins look really nice cabins, really well manicured lawns, little grassy areas. We called them and asked if we could pay them to set up our tent on one of the grassy areas, and they said negative, no way. So we continued on, and we're probably maybe a mile past Valley Springs. You think?
I think it's further than that.
Further than a mile?
This is way better. I mean, this is dispersed camping in national forest.
Yeah, we're dispersed camping, national forest, really nice. It was off the left, a little past Valley Springs. We were able to drive the truck in down here and then set up our humongous tent. So today starts day 2, and we'll see what it brings. We'll try to get some more videos posted. All right, hit the subscribe link below and follow along. So we're all loaded up. We'll leave it at a campsite. I'll show you guys where we were. Again, this is just past the Valley Springs cabins. So came up from this way. There's a turn off here on the right with some dirt barriers, and then our little spot's off on the left. You can't really see it until you get out and walk past these puddles here, but it's a good spot. All right, so we're into the day 2. We left campsite, we're coming down. We left Persimmon Gap, and we hit our first road closure. So we would need to be taking a right here to connect some other sections. On the maps downloaded from the Georgia Traverse website, it's the sort of mint green trail that is closed. And so we're going to be headed down this road, really the only way to go, and trying to piece back some of the section we lost and get back off the pavement as soon as possible. So here's the Gaia map. So Patterson Gap right here is where we camped out that first night, and we got up and we did this light blue, and then we were about to get on this sort of little mint green here and then do these 2 colors here, that orange and the red. But now we're coming down here on this gray because that green trail is closed. So we're going to come down here and connect, and it's possible to reconnect down here. But we might go back up and try to make up some of the distance we lost, see if there's any features here that we might want to check out. this is the Tallulah River. We're driving along right now on the little Tallulah River section, right around Tate Branch Campground. A lot of fly fishermen out today. I'm going to catch some mountain trout. All right, so drove along the Tallulah River, pretty popular spot here on a Saturday. Beautiful day, a lot of trout fishermen out, a lot of people just out hiking. We're about to encounter the biggest creek crossing of the entire Georgia Traverse, day 2, Tallulah River. Check it out. You can see it behind me where it starts. And then it continues, it's like upstream. Let's see if I can get the view here. All right, you can kind of see. All right, where we're going is right over there. Trail continues right there. And so we'll be driving around and back on the trail on that side. It's like a beautiful creek crossing. Longest one I've ever done. Looking forward to it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Here we go. All right, so started right down there, right where past that fisherman over there by that log you see. So the trail came up, and then you just drive through the Tallulah River right here, crossing, and here we are back on this side. So there's a nice little stream crossing. All right, this is the second crossing on Tallulah River. So I think Eric's going to do this one. The third creek crossing on the Tallulah. Maybe that's why. We're still on the Tallulah section, a couple really cool creek crossings. You can see behind me those steps next to where Eric's standing. It is the Appalachian Trail, and it continues over here on this side. There's the white blaze, the Appalachian Trail. So a lot of the viewers, you guys know, I thru hiked in 1999, so it's pretty cool to be back here in the Georgia section of the AT. We're stopping for lunch at Dick's Creek Gap. There's Appalachian Trail crosses here, so another place of some nostalgia for me and Eric. Just made our double cheeseburger, Doritos. Get some drinks, and we're gonna go up here in the woods, a little picnic table, and hang out, have lunch. We had a lot of road riding there for a while, probably 20 miles or more. There were a couple of closed sections after we left the Tallulah section, and we're back in the woods now on a mix of gravel and dirt, and we're kind of our first stream crossing. All right, man, ready? Do it. We had a nice little off-road section after all our road riding. Went up by, I think it was called Helton Creek Falls. We got out to check out the falls. Looked beautiful, big, really tall falls. a good swimming area, poured on us. So we ran back to the truck, continued on that off-road section, and now a little road section. Here we are at the next section here. See, Cooper's Creek Wildlife Management Area. Yep. Looks like some well-maintained Forest Service roads. All right, we're gonna get to it. Hey everybody, we're at the end of day 2 on our Georgia Traverse tour, the GAT Tour, we're calling it. So this is the end of day 2, and it's been a pretty rainy day. Super awesome day though. We did about 100 miles. The Tallulah section was the prettiest, the most interesting. At least 3 stream crossings there, including that really big long one that I showed you all. And just the most technical as far as off-roading goes. There's actually some mud to drive through, some slippery hills, some sort of off-camber rocks and stuff like that, so it was interesting. We're past Bryant Gap here, and we stopped, we saw this campsite. It was only 6 o'clock, so a little early, but there's a creek, and there's a nice white area, fire pit, plenty of room to set up the truck right here, the tent over there. So things were going pretty well so far. And then tomorrow we'll get up. We still have about 200 miles to go. We've done about 150 miles and hoping to be done Monday. So let's keep plugging away and keep chronicling the journey. All right.